Namaskar. A very warm welcome to Positive Talks with Shraddha. So, this session is going to be a very interesting session because the guest we have in our studio, she's associated with the Ayurveda and she's living in Germany. Let's warm welcome Gayatri Puranik ji in our studio. Gayatri ji, Namaskar. Very warm welcome.
Namaskar, Shraddha ji. Thank you very much for the invitation to this talk, positive talk with you. I think that's a great idea. So I'm looking forward to having this talk with you.
Gayatri ji, she's living in Germany since 34 years and she is a director of a company which is related to the Ayurveda and deals in Ayurveda food supplement, Ayurveda health supplement, and many other things. Those are related to the Ayurvedic lifestyle. Gayatri ji is also founding member of a Ayurveda Umbrella Association in Germany. So she's coming from the very traditional family from India, from Maharashtra. The family is also steeped in Ayurveda manufacturing. So it's all about her life, living in abroad, and dedication toward Ayurveda. Gayatri ji, I'm really excited to know more about your life.
Thank you, Shraddha. Thank you for the warm words of welcome and the short introduction. Yes, I come from Maharashtra, from the manufacturing background of Ayurvedic products. And yes, it's been a very exciting time in Germany. So yes, I look forward to sharing my experiences with you.
Please, sure. I really want to know that from where you have started because you lived in India before and you studied there only, and you belong to such a a great family which was already indulged with the Ayurveda thing. So how it was in India when you started studying and trying to understanding making the understanding about the Ayurveda.
Mm-hmm. Well, since we come from an Ayurvedic family dealing in manufacturing, I mean, we had Ayurveda at home. So we didn't really have to make any extra effort to learn Ayurveda. We kind of lived Ayurveda. And after living in Germany for so many years, I would say that actually every Indian family lives Ayurveda to a certain extent through our basic Indian traditions. And the point is that, and that's the biggest difference. I mean, I'm kind of jumping into my topic very fast, Shraddha ji. So I
No,
hope you'll bear with me.
it's
And
okay. It's very
yeah.
natural. Hmm.
Yes. So the big difference between perceiving Ayurveda in India and perceiving Ayurveda abroad is that in India, when you talk about Ayurveda, you are actually, or when you think of going to an Ayurvedic Vaidya, then you have actually noticed that there is something wrong and you need to get treatment. That's when you go to a Vaidya.
Mhm.
But the basic tenets of Ayurveda, which are Dinacharya or Rutucharya, most of that has gone into our tradition so that we don't think of that as Ayurveda, but we just live it. Some families more than the others, but it's so much part of our tradition that in India, generally, you are more or less living Ayurvedically without really knowing that consciously. So when you consciously look for Ayurveda in India, then it is when you need to go to a doctor. Now, the difference obviously then in Germany is, or in other foreign countries where Ayurveda has had no part to play in the tradition, is that they have to learn Ayurveda from its ABC, so to speak. Whereas we start reading books in Ayurveda, here you have to start with the basic alphabet of the Pancha Mahabhuta or the three dosha, or Vata Pitta Kapha is also a little advanced, but you have to start with elemental fundamentals, so to speak. And since Ayurveda is a is a concept. The concept of understanding Ayurveda is very different from biology, physics, chemistry, as we have also learned in India. So the understanding of the human body, of nature, of life is very different in yoga and Ayurveda as compared to biology, chemistry, physics, etc. So here, when people start learning about Ayurveda, it is definitely on a very different scale than when we in India live Ayurveda through our traditions. So in my childhood, yes, we were living it just as everybody else, more or less unconsciously. But of course, every time, there was something wrong, my mother would kind of say, take this for this and this and this will help you in such and such a manner. So that was something that we learned very unconsciously,
Yeah.
and still carry it forward. I mean, I could do that with my children here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And right, so I did my schooling in India, college also, and at some point of time, I realized that languages, communication is something that I like, and that is where the connection to Germany also came up.
Amazing. So, did you study the Ayurveda or the subject was different? But yes, after that you realize, okay, I should pursue the career in Ayurveda.
Hmm.
How was it?
Uh, right. No, I did not study Ayurveda as a subject in an Ayurvedic college, the BAMS course that is in India. No. Um, I studied in Mumbai at a university. I studied economics and psychology. And afterwards, when I came to Germany, I was in Italy and in Germany in between, 1 year each. And after that, when I did come to Germany, I came for the college course in applied linguistics. So it
Okay.
was specifically to learn languages, and language is just the expression of culture and the expression of traditions. So during my 2 years abroad, which is 1 year in Italy and 1 year in Germany, I realized how important it is to understand each other, how important it is. It is easier said than done. We speak to each other in a particular language, but often you will realize that the right understanding is not always there. So even if you might use the same words, or the person you're speaking to knows these words, but the understanding of the message that you're trying to convey is not always communicated. So that fascinated me, and which is why I'm very grateful for having done this course and looking more deeper into what makes good communication, what makes right communication. And I say communication is only successful when the complete message of what you are saying has been understood in the right spirit, in the given spirit by the listener. Yes.
Perfectly all right. I really believe in, because I worked with the electronic media, the communication field, the radio.
Yeah.
So radio, you cannot see the person who is behind the mic, but you can listen and understand what the feeling she or he wants to share. Perfectly all right. I agree. So I was really, thinking about that. You came uh, uh, to Germany 34 years back, or like you're living here. So now the things are really very changed, that the awareness, knowledge is very much spreaded and shared through the internet, Google, and other medium. But what was the scenario when you came here about the Ayurveda and its own understanding? I really want to know. Please tell us.
Yes, I mean, I came here in 89, about 3 weeks before the wall came down. Uh, yes. So at that point of time, no, there was a very small pocket of people who even knew the word Ayurveda. It was basically those people who were maybe following a guru and had come to India or were doing yoga. So, after the 60s, there were many people who were following certain gurus
Mhm.
from India. You
Mhm.
had Maharshi Mahesh Yogi, or you had Sai Baba,
Mhm.
Osho and Rajneesh.
Mhm.
Uh, so these were the gurus of those days.
So different
And
ideology, not the Ayurveda.
no, no, not at all, not at
No.
all. But I mean, the understanding of Ayurveda in Europe, in Germany, has come through. I mean, it has taken the opposite path. They have
Mhm.
come from the subtle to the gross,
Mhm.
whereas we start from the body, the
Mhm.
substantial matter, and then go to the spiritual part. But in
Mhm.
Europe, they entered Ayurvedic interest through, the spiritual path.
So
Where
Gayatri,
they,
you're also
yes.
into the yoga thing. Like you have done such courses, or you are associated with yoga somehow. So how it is like? What you are doing in yoga?
Well, I do. I studied at the Kaivalya Dham Institute in Lonavala, and they have extremely good courses. So I did a teacher's training course for yoga at the Kaivalya Dham Institute, and also attended the Iyengar School of Yoga in Pune, and was for 2 short stays in Bangalore at the S. Vyasa Institute, which is a research institute of yoga.
Mhm.
So these are three very good institutes, and I got different aspects of yoga from all three institutes, and it was very interesting. Um, so I mean, I've written an article once on the differences between yoga and Ayurveda.
Mhm.
Um, both want the same thing, but each remains very true to their own science. A yogi will do 2 hours of yoga, and
Mhm.
anything less, he might say, no, no, that's not, you're not a yogi if you're doing any less. And an Ayurvedic person will pay more attention to the dinacharya than
Mhm.
to 2 hours of yoga. I try to make sure that I get at least my Surya Namaskar done, and then depending on which part of my body I would like to have stretched more, then I have my specific asanas which then I do, which I know do me some good, but I don't spend 2 hours of yoga.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
So I think like you're trying to say the yoga and Ayurveda both are equally important, but they are not in the competition with each other in any ways. Okay.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, they are, two parts. Life is so multifaceted.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot have only one path.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, in India, we have 7 philosophies. So
Mm-hmm.
there is a philosophy for every kind of person.
We will
So
definitely discuss about those philosophy, and I hope that you might have different, the kind of knowledge because you studied a lot and in different places. So you gain knowledge not only from one place, one person, one ideology, one practitioner, but different, institutes. So it's really very, very good for us to know. um Gayatri ji, here in Germany, like you are very well associated with the Ayurveda magazine, and you're the editor of the magazine. You write a lot about Ayurveda. So how you balance your writing, because here you are addressing the European people,
mm,
so
mm,
Ayurveda understanding and usefulness of Ayurveda in India is different from Europe. So how do
mm.
you deal with it?
Yes, I mean, one does need a little bit of experience and understanding the foreign culture to be able to know, okay, how do you bring it across? I had my difficulties in the beginning, of course. I mean, I didn't know how to explain what's the difference between, a massage oil that you get in any shop over here and an Ayurvedic massage oil. So I used to just call it Ayurvedic massage oil, and I kind of hoped the people who were interested in Ayurveda had some knowledge about Ayurveda and they knew. what it was about. Some obviously did because they had studied Ayurveda with some institute or the other, but newcomers didn't. So I definitely had to go through a lot of learning as well to figure out, okay, what does a person here understand and what do they not understand, and to kind of also, find similarities or objects through which I can explain it more easily. And
Mm-hmm.
for example, if we stick to the example of massage oil, it was like, can I not take just any oil?
Mm-hmm.
Was the
Mm-hmm.
basic question. Why do I have to take a traditional Ayurvedic massage oil? It doesn't smell so good, was usually what people used to say in the beginning,
Very strong smell because of the medicine. Yeah. Yes.
because of the herbal,
Well,
yeah, um, composition. And it's everybody wants everything to be natural, but then to be perfumed like something from Paris. So now I said, no, if it's natural, then it will smell natural. It will not smell of papaya and orange and lemon, which is what the Europeans were practically used to. Cosmetics need to smell like this. Body care products need to, smell like this. So the Ayurvedic oils and, didn't really smell as they thought that soap, shampoo, and body care products needed to smell. And they would kind of go, yeah, why should it, what is the difference? Why should I take this oil? And what is the difference? Can't I just take any oil?
yeah.
And so it was, I kind of, tried to explain it. See, here, when a person is unwell, they have fever and, they need strength to regain their health. Then usually they take chicken soup, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and or broth. And so I said, see, when you need some nutritious substance to build up your strength and
Mm-hmm.
you are trying to get a certain benefit from what you take in, then even though broth and water have the both same consistency, they're both liquid, there's a vast difference between chicken broth and water.
Mm-hmm.
If you only take water, it has a particular function. If you
Amazing.
take chicken broth, it has the strength,
Mm-hmm.
it has imbibed the strength of the proteins and other nutritious substances. So similarly, an Ayurvedic traditional oil, which is also cooked with herbs, has the strength of the herbs, which is
Mm-hmm.
not there in just a simple oil. So
Mm-hmm.
that is one of the major differences. And
Amazing.
so, yeah, so it was like, understanding what is a parallel in this
Mm-hmm.
culture. And so, this example of chicken broth, everybody, it's a tradition in Germany. It's like one of the grandmother's remedies. You are ill, take chicken broth. So it's a cultural thing. And if I can draw a parallel to the cultural knowledge that they have, then it is accepted easily. And, the whole concept is also understood very easily.
Okay, so you try to make them understand with the logics, and it's really
Yeah.
very amazing. And I think like nowadays they have made this understanding. Okay, if it is Ayurvedic, product, then definitely some herbs are here, and they have their own qualities. So yes, it's good for our health. Perfectly all right.
Mm.
Gayatri ji, we have to discuss a lot of thing, and you are an ocean of knowledge for me in this subject. So I think for today's session, we have to sum up, but there would be many more other sessions, and I would love to invite you here. I hope that you'll accept, like today.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So,
Yeah, sure. Thank you. I mean, it's an honor for me to be invited and to be able to let everybody share a bit of my knowledge and experience. So, thank you very much. Yes, I would enjoy being with you on Positive Talks.
most welcome, Gayatri ji. Viewers, please do like, subscribe, and share this episode, because this is for all of us. And keep watching Positive Talks with Shraddha. For today, namaskar. Thank you.
Namaskar.